Let's talk a little bit about free trade agreements and the EU. There's a massive backlash in the EU against big government control. The UK Independent Party in Britain is winning elections. They've won over 40% of the delegates to the EU Parliament. The French party of Marine Le Pen, the National Front, has won the majority of delegates to the European Parliament. So you see, the globalists are really worried. There's a backlash against this, and that backlash has increased with this immigration problem. You see, part of the globalist purposes in creating all of this mess in Syria was to create a flow of refugees that would flood Europe and water down the culture and make sure that Europe is never again like it was before, a predominantly white Christian nation. And that's the same thing that's happening here in the United States. And this agenda about immigration, illegal immigration, and refugees has everything to do with making sure that conservatives in any of these countries never have the ability to win an election again. Now, in the 2012 election, I believe, and they showed that the Democrats actually had a majority, but I don't think they were correct. I think that they made 8 to 10 million votes disappear in 2012 in order to defeat Romney. And the reason I know that is because they said, according to the federal election data, that 8 million people less voted in 2012 than 2008. Now, ask yourself the question, was there more enthusiasm or less enthusiasm in 2012 about getting rid of Obama? Was there more enthusiasm about Romney than McCain in 2012? Of course there was. A lot more enthusiasm. So, if they say that 8 million less people voted, it can't mean that 8 million less people voted. It means they made that many votes disappear, at least that many votes disappear, in order to defeat him. And remember, 2012 was the first year that all the state votes were tallied at the federal level. And so when they came out with the national tally, you had no way of knowing where those 8 million votes went away because they were tallied at the federal level. It was a very slick proposition.